Hello, God's good people. How are y'all doing today? I pray that all is well and y'all are thriving in the Lord and allowing Him to be your peace and to lead and guide you into all truth. So I want to talk to you today about integrity. You know, integrity is so important. It's, staying truthful, staying honest. And I can recall years ago when my integrity had been under attack. And God will always vindicate you and vindicate your name. He will make your name great. But the most important name of all is God's name, right? I remember I was going through a trying time and I was so concerned about my name, my credit, because I built it up and worked on it so hard and it was always great. And I had never known failure in the area of my credit at all. And so I recall a certain situation happened that would cause detriment to my name, my credit. And I was like, Lord, my name. And I remember God saying to me, is your name greater than my name? And I said, no, Lord. And from that, I took the position of, no matter what, as long as I'm never without you, then Lord, I know that I'm okay. Your name is greater, right? And so coming from that position, I want y'all to be reminded that God's name is greater. If you're in faith for something, God's name is greater. If you're, and that's right there, just period. That can just go across so many different things. But with integrity, well, y'all know the name of the mortgage company that the Lord has blessed us with is called Lending with Integrity, right? And God gave that name. I wasn't thinking about starting a mortgage company, and I took the mortgage class and passed it. And then I took the license, I set for the license for it and passed it. And I was like, okay, now what do I do? Do I go and sign up with somebody or, what do I do? And I said, well, Lord, if you give me the name, then that's what I'll do. I'll start our own company. And I know my mom had mentioned the word integrity. My husband had mentioned the name integrity as far as my character goes, and whether or not I wanted to sign on with someone else. So when I asked, Lord, well, if you give me the name, then I'll know, I'll start the company. Well, I was washing dishes at the time, turned off the water. And as soon as I did, I heard Lending with Integrity. And some of y'all may have heard this testimony at length when we did the real estate testimony, but it was Lending with Integrity, right? And so then, I'm working marketing and things like that because you want to get your name out there and be known, make it be known that, hey, now I'm doing mortgages, not just real estate, which, my background has been, God put me in commercial real estate in 1997 back in Illinois, and then took me to getting a broker's license. I was trying to go for salesperson, got broker's license, and then, doing very well in that in Illinois, and then going off on my own with my broker's license and did good with that. Had a huge sale, right off. So that was a blessing, obeying God. And then, came to Texas and got my license, salesperson, led a team, and went commercial after that. And God just kept establishing me everywhere that I went, with various persons and the different connections. And, in business, you want the right connections. So when it came to the marketing piece, I just kept doing what I knew to do, and in the natural, with getting my name out there, doing what, you to do. But I also know that I made God my business partner. And Derek and I have agreed, that God is our financial planner. He's our business partner. He's everything that we that we need, and we allow him to be whatever in every area, whatever he wants to be. He's God in every area, whatever he wants to do. And so with the real estate business and us praying and all that, I got a call. So this is a testimony. I got a call, and it was from a realtor. And the realtor said, hey, I got your name from this agent. She's my team lead. She says you're the go-to person. I had never heard of this person at all, but I was like, okay, thank you. And long story short, we get into the deal. It's someone who was having a difficult time because they were self-employed. And, I was able to, handle it, and God gave wisdom and use the right resources to get the deal done. In 10 days, we were cleared to close, right? So that's a blessing. Well, the realtor calls me, and I had seen that my name was changed to something else. And I was like, oh, okay, maybe he just got me mixed up. I don't know why he did that. And he calls me just before closing, and he goes, I have a confession to make. And he makes this confession that you're the wrong Cynthia. I was supposed to call somebody else who's in the same genre as you. He said, but when I saw your picture, then I knew that you were not the right Cynthia, because the other person was in another ethnic race, and you're not that. And it was so hilarious. It was so funny. And, he said, this is so God. And it's great when you're not stuck on race, and you're just, about the kingdom of God. He will draw different races to you. He will draw different people to you. He will put you in places. He will place your name where he wants to use you for his glory. And so in this transaction, at which it's common to me, there were so many races involved in this transaction, and it was so smooth, and we all love God, which is amazing. So he felt comfortable enough to be able to say, hey, you're not, I knew you weren't the right person after I finally saw your picture. This person is a completely different, ethnic race and background, but hey, I got you. And so he says, I told my team lead, who referred you, well, we thought it was you, to me, that, hey, this ain't the same person. She's somebody else, because I seen her picture and she's different. And the team lead said, well, is she doing a good job? Yeah, she's doing real good, referring to me. Yeah, she's doing real good. Well, don't mess with it. Just let it roll. And so we rolled right on to close it, and that was just a great story. But that was my first transaction under lending with integrity. The interesting thing is that and everyone was just so open and so honest, and he was on it with the numbers for his clients. His clients were good with their numbers. And of course, on my side of things, our team was great with our numbers too. And there was just so much integrity there. Well, the realtor pointed out at closing, he says, you know what's interesting? He says, look at that. You're lending with integrity, and look at the name of the brokerage that I'm with. And his brokerage company had the name Integrity in it as well, which was so amazing. I said, that's really good. Well, you fast forward, and the Lord has us doing something else with another piece of property. And the title company involved in that piece of property, their name has integrity in it as well. And so my point is, when God is at the lead, when you allow him to guide you, he will lead and guide you into all truth. Integrity, is what I see. And he restored the name. And because we uplift his name, because each one of them know, and they all hear the story when they hear the name Lending with Integrity, that's great. I tell them how God gave us that name, and I testify about Jesus. And so when you're wanting to promote your business or something like that, promote Jesus. And he will do the drawing of the other people. Because sometimes, even in the business industry, we feel like, well, we might not want to, kind of talk and say God too much or Jesus too much or something. I don't know. Because we don't want to offend anybody, and we want to kind of, cross all lines. But do you know, people need Jesus, and they're wanting an answer, especially for a time such as this. I had a conversation. I was on a Zoom call with a professional in the industry, and she was in a different part of the real estate industry, but she represented a well-to-do and well-known company. And anyways, she did her presentation. She felt to invite me to it. It ended up being just her and I on the Zoom, and it was wonderful, and great dialogue about the product and how, we are planning to work together and things like that. And I feel great about her. Well, it turned into ministry right there. And of course, we cross the racial lines again, and it's not people that, how do people put it? Well, they don't look like you or me or whatever when it's the same race. I don't know, because I wasn't raised that way. People are people. So we don't have that like that. And the conversation was so awesome, and it was such ministry and such integrity that was there because we uplifted God. We uplifted him. And so that's what I encourage all of us to do. That was Derek. He didn't realize I was recording. I snuck away to get a recording in. But, when you just uplift Jesus, when you keep that word first, when you make him your business partner, when integrity, is leading you and you're doing things right, then God would draw. He would do the drawing, and he would begin to build your business. He did it for me in real estate. He did it for me when I was managing other people's business. He did it for me when I was helping others build their real estate portfolio. So when you allow God to be God in every area, and you don't box him off or push him away because you feel, I might offend someone. If they don't want your Jesus, they don't want you, and if you don't want to represent him, he won't represent you. And so far, he's always, done a pretty good job. And just let God be God. So I just wanted to share that and encourage you in the way of integrity and truth, and allowing the Lord to lead and guide you into all truth, and to not be ashamed of him in your life. All right, y'all. Be blessed and be encouraged. Bye.